Hey everybody, I'm Dr. BJ Hardick. I want to take a little bit and talk to you about what you know as oil pulling. When I wrote Maximize Living Nutrition Plans 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, I'd actually never heard of oil pulling. And then 2 or 3 years ago, maybe just like you, I started seeing it show up everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, you name it. So I thought, what exactly is oil pulling? Of course, this is the practice of swishing coconut oil in the mouth to prevent or even reverse cavities, tooth decay. And of course, I wanted to look in to see, is this something that's actually valid? Has this been around for a long time, or is this really just a trend? The reality is, this has been used for 5,000 years and was part of Ayurvedic medicine to actually deal with things like reversing tooth decay, looking after oral and gum health, even dealing with things like cracked lips and preventing infections long term. And in fact, in Ayurvedic medicine, we talk about using coconut oil, safflower oil, sesame oil, extra virgin olive oil, because it does indeed pull microbes from the mouth. Now, the reality is that people need to understand with oil pulling is there's only about 23 real evidence-based studies that we know that actually support the practice of it nowadays. So there's still a lot of research that needs to be done. I can tell you my experience. I inquired with my holistic dentist. And my holistic dentist is actually a huge fan of oil pulling, and I now do it a couple times a week as a minimum. And I'd recommend that everybody would look at some element of oil pulling as a regular practice with their dental and oral hygiene. However, there's a couple things that you might find, and the first thing is this. A lot of people, quite frankly, if you're like me, you have difficulty swishing the coconut oil in your mouth. I started, first couple times I tried it, I thought I would gag. So my solution for that, try it with a tablespoon of coconut oil and always use 1 or 2 drops of peppermint essential oil. It'll make it much easier to swish. However, my other word of caution as well, make sure this isn't the only thing that you're doing for your oral hygiene. In fact, my holistic dentist, he's found some people that have done oil pulling 2 and 3 times a day for months on end, still not see a change with the bacterial cultures in their mouth. So it is one piece of the puzzle where we still need to learn a lot more, but would I suggest that people would incorporate it on a regular basis as something to benefit their oral hygiene? Absolutely. Read a lot more, all on drhardick.com. There's ways to lose weight, but then people want to say, well, how do I actually gain weight, pack on muscle, or not be underweight? And there's typically, there's 4 very important things to consider. First off, your bone is comprised of 12 different minerals, not just calcium. We've been told for so long we need calcium for our bones, calcium for our bones. However, we also know that excess calcium in the body can be associated with heart failure and hardening of the arteries.